Going to learn how to create a deep copy of an JavaScript object. First, let's discuss what is the deep copy of an object. Deep copy means that we want to create exactly the exact copy of the given object. That means whatever keys and values are present in source object, we will just copy those into the target object. For example, we have input given, which is object C, and it has multiple keys, for example N, L, O, B, X, and for each key there are some values given. We want to copy these keys into another object, and also we want to copy the values as well. This looks easy, but one thing that we have to consider here is that when there is a values like array or an object, this becomes a complex task. Now we need to make sure that whenever we are copying the values like arrays or object, it can be again a recursive structure. So for example, this array item can be again an object, and similarly this object can again further break down to another nested object. So the idea is to write a recursive function that will copy the keys and value pair. So if we talk about the approach, what we want to do here is we want to iterate each and every key and copy to the another object. If it is the value is simple, for example a primitive like true or 1, we just copy it. But if the value is array or if the value is object, then recursively we have to call our helper function. So let's start writing, and once I will start writing you will understand more. So in this kind of problem, it's better to write a helper function. So helper function will take the same argument and it will contain another parameter which actually contains the exact results. So we need to write a deep copy helper, and it will contain the source and the target, and in the end we will return the target because we will copy everything from source to the target. Let's start writing and iterating the source. Let key in source. Let key in will actually iterate in each and every key of the source. So now we have to check if it is a simple value. So let's copy the value of the source key into the value. So here this value we have to check. If this value is a simple values like boolean, string or number, basically if it is just a primitive, then we can just copy this value to the target. So to check whether it is a primitive or non-primitive, we have this operator type of. We check type of value is not equal to an object. In that case, we can just copy these values. So what we will do is target of key, and we will copy the exact values. What about else case? In else case, now we have two cases again. The value can be an array or it can be an object, right? So now this recursively the problem is, for example, if we look into this case, the problem is that we want to again recursively deep copy this array as well. So to do that, we want to call again deep copy helper, and now here we will call what is the source. Our source is basically source of key. Basically this array becomes our source. And what about the target? So in this case, our target, we can either pass empty array or object, but we want to pass somehow the reference of target as well. So for that we need to make sure that we pass either array or object. So what we can do is here we can set some initial value of this target key as if it is an target dot is array. If the value is array, then we set its value as empty array, otherwise we set its value as object, and then we can pass the target of key. That way we will have the reference of target as well passed. So that way our target is actually an object, and once this loop will end, in the end we will have the values copied to the targets. Let's try to run our node index.js, and as you can see that whenever we are logging deep copy of C, we are getting the same value. Thank you for watching, and if you want more videos like this, subscribe to this channel.